I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. Um, my father was, as I mentioned, in the peripheral industry of the jukebox industry. These are in pinball machines and that kind of thing. He put them together, but he placed them in arcades and that kind of stuff. In the case of jukebox machines, he placed them all over in restaurants. And, whatever would get in, he would disperse between the record companies and the people that owned the restaurant or the location that it was at, and that was his industry, that was his business. That was one of his businesses, but he had a lot of businesses, and he was an entrepreneur, always interested in different businesses. He had a potato chip machine distributing business. He had a tube testing machine business in the days of television tubes, jukeboxes, pinball machines. When I was a kid growing up, I had probably about 25, 30 pinball machines in my garage, and allowed all the neighborhood kids to come in and use the pinball machines. It was kind of fun. My father, being such a colorful character, he was raised on West Grand Boulevard in Detroit, and he was right around the corner from where the Purple Gang was raised, and gangland activity, mafia, legal, illegal, borderline, this, that, was his life and what he knew. He knew survival. He understood relationships, and he never violated relationships, so he maintained friendship and relationships with all the people that he dealt with, which is why he lived to die of cancer instead of lead poisoning. He was a magnanimous, dramatic man. He married late in life to my mom. She was 13 years younger than him, and he died when I was 17 and he was 59. So it was a short time in my life. I remember him actively the last 10 years, from age 7. Age 7, 1954, Cleveland World Series. He had two tickets for 2 days, and it was the first time that he took me anywhere in a social gathering without my brother. And that was very cool. And I had my Bell and Howell camera, and I took my first 16 millimeter film there. And that was the year that G. Menon Williams ran for governor. I got some shots of him and our maid. In those days, it was about as good a good a childhood as any human being could ever hope for, I think. Our grandparents lived in the alleyway. My dad moved them from Cleveland, Ohio, and my dad loved my mom very much, and he loved her family very much, and took her and her family into his life, and he became the Don, if you will, of our little family. My mom and her 4 brothers and her parents. And it was wonderful.